Whitbread is one company taking its green credentials seriously. Last year, the restaurant and hotel group revealed plans to drastically reduce its carbon emissions and water consumption by 26% over the next 10 years through a new sustainability strategy named Good Together. This is Whitbread's second green Premier Inn hotel and Beefeater restaurant in Burgess Hill. Built with sustainability in mind, the hotel boasts features such as low-flow shower heads, recycled grey water, a heat recovery system, triple glazed windows, zero gas-emitting fireplaces and LED light bulbs. The hotel is all part of a multi-million-pound investment by the group to reduce its impact on the environment and become a more responsible company. Whitbread believes a business's green credentials are having more of an impact on consumer choice, and as such, the group aims to weave sustainable measures into its growth strategy.
I think the future of sustainability is imperative in the hotel industry. It's important that we take responsibility for the environments and the communities in which we run our businesses. It's important that we are considerate about the energy and the vast amounts of energy we as businesses consume. We've got to be mindful of the guest experience. However, the extreme is, would the hospitality industry become a series of mud huts? Probably not. So there's a balance between doing the right thing. I think for those companies that can do it and do it properly, there is a huge opportunity and can give them, competitive advantage in their sectors. Because I alluded to earlier, I think the green pound will become increasingly important. I think what we're doing in terms of our development programme, we're incorporating a lot of the key learnings from Burgess Hill and in fact Tamworth into our new build programme. So as I said earlier, we will be building about 3,500 new rooms this year, probably 4,000 to 5,000 the year after. So it's important that we now start to incorporate where we can the appropriate pieces of technology and solutions. So we do see a huge opportunity there, and again we will look to incorporate elements that we can sensibly retrofit into our existing estate, whether that's LED lighting in our restaurants, something much simpler as the low flow shower heads. We refurbish somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 hotel rooms a year, and we have a huge opportunity to incorporate the appropriate technologies and learnings from these projects into that. I would suggest we will continue. There will be a new Burgess Hill, I guess sometime in the future, where we would look to incorporate, let's call it rather more state-of-the-art leading edge solutions as and when they become available. So we need to incorporate what we can into our development and refurbishment programs, but continue to look to the future and touch and feel emerging technologies.
But it's not just the increased consumer interest in environmental issues that have spurred Whitbread into planning a series of sustainable hotels.
There are several advantages of building a sustainable building. I think the first one is there are commercial benefits. We've seen here that whilst we will be making a considerable investment, we will get a payback on it. At the moment, it's, this particular project, it's just under 9 years. But as the technologies become more available and in fact energy costs continue to rise, that obviously will get better and better. So from a commercial and business perspective, it's the right thing to do. I think the other big benefit is it's sending a message to our guests. And we want to do the right thing, yes, for our guests, for our team members, but actually because it's right for the environment and ultimately the planet. And so the benefit is we are engaging our guests who are making decisions now based on the green agenda. So it's important to us that we differentiate ourselves in the marketplace against our competition and attract ultimately what I think will become the green pound.
The Carbon Trust has increasingly been urging companies to harness the potential of this green pound, believing small steps can generate big results.
There's a number of ways that pubs, hotels, restaurants can get involved. The first thing undoubtedly is to have a look at their own energy use, look at their own environmental credentials, and also find out a little bit more about what their customers' expectations are. We've found some great examples of that, certainly at the Carbon Trust standard, from Whitbread through to Punch Taverns through to the Hilton Group, where organisations are really looking at the whole of the the customer proposition to say, what are consumers looking for? What do they expect of us? And many of these organisations find that actually consumers do expect them to be doing the right thing and expect that to be happening naturally anyway, be that through implementation of low carbon technologies, caring about the environment, about recycling of waste, and that's something that consumers don't necessarily want to be involved with, but need to know that the organisation they're dealing with, be it a pub, a meal out, a night stay, is actually taking off their hands and allowing them to have a little bit of control, but making sure that that's all happening in the background anyway.
If the strapline of Whitbread's Good Together sustainability strategy is to be believed, small things really do make a big difference.